So here we are again at Regular Joe Show, and we're at the second half of Toby's interview. Unfortunately, the first half got cut off, and we decided to do it in a two-part episode. So at the last episode, Toby, you stated what? That you decided that you weren't.
I decided that I wasn't going to. I decided I wasn't going to shoot up,
Right.
and I was grateful that I didn't because I was grateful that I didn't because sorry.
It's okay.
Later on, as time progressed, I got news from about the three people that I had scored the dope for.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them to help me, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And all three of them ended up dying of AIDS.
Oh, wow.
And I would have gotten AIDS that day.
Yeah.
I would have at least hepatitis.
It's a good thing you decided not to.
Yes, it was a
Take
very
that leap,
very
huh?
good thing.
So, this time in your journey in your life, and tell me a little bit about your recovery. How'd you get there, and what were the steps you took to get yourself out of the down spiral you were in?
Well, my road to recovery started as a journey. I ended up getting help from a local church, and I went down to Oakland, California to Teen Challenge. And I'm going through, as I'm saying this, things had progressed during the times. I went to recovery places, but they didn't. It didn't always work out. Mm-hmm. I ended up in the as a disciplinary action for one facility. I was asked to go to the Richmond Rescue Mission and stay there with the line. I really didn't know what that meant. Mm-hmm. And when I got to Richmond, it was I found out what it meant. Mm-hmm. I bought a 6-pack of beer, mm-hmm. and it was generic beer with the white label. And yeah.
Wow.
And
okay.
I met this guy, and we drank, and then he says, well, here's a way to get some more alcohol. It's like, we can go panhandle. So me and my brother, we went to...
Not me. You mean a friend you had. That was your brother.
Yeah, that was my brother. Brother from another mother.
Go ahead.
And we went to panhandle in Richmond, California.
You idiot.
I really didn't know what I was doing. And this one guy, he just looked up at me when I tried to bum $1. As a matter of fact, the guy that was with me was such a good friend, he had already split. And I was left alone, and I was asking this guy for $1.
What a nice guy he was, huh?
Yeah, and this guy looks down at me because he was a tall guy, and he said, "Say what? Don't you know where you..." Well, this is the reality check I got. He said, "Don't you know that what you're doing is dangerous, for one? And do you really know where you're at?" And so I look around, and there was a low-riding car driving by, and
right.
And then
so you're in a bad.
I noticed.
Yeah,
I was in a
bad
bad part of the neighborhood, and he told me, he says, "You want to go down to the Richmond Rescue Mission?"
There you go.
And so I got down there and on Bancroft Avenue, and I got lucky because you weren't really supposed to have alcohol on your breath when you stayed the night at the mission. So I was accepted in their program, and I stayed at the Richmond Rescue Mission for 6 years. And then as time went on, as addicts do, we do geographies, and I went to Watsonville to the Pajaro Rescue Mission. It was Pajaro Rescue Mission, and then so I spent many years trying to get it together. And my first road to recovery began in my first railroad with any significant value and change was in 1992.
Wow.
And I was working at a local grocery store, and this lady had somebody come in and give her a chip.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was pretty cool because it had different colors on it, and
Right.
I thought it was pretty neat, and I didn't even know what the hell it was about. And I said, Charlie, what's up with that? And she says, well, I go to a place where I've gotten 9 years clean and sober, and this is my chip. Mm-hmm. And I thought, wow, that's great. And then I turned away and I said to myself, why the hell would anybody want to be clean and sober for 9 years? And I was able to answer that question, and I said, myself. And so Charlie, or my friend, told me that they had meetings, and I began going to NA meetings, and then I graduated to I graduated to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I stayed in recovery for a lot of years.
Great. So what year did you really start feeling that you were free of all this? When you felt, I mean, like the old Toby when you were young? And
not until later in my life, because I
tell
still
us
had a...
Tell us about that.
I was working the steps of the program,
Mm-hmm.
and learning about my addiction.
Right.
I thought I knew about it, but there was a lot of things that I really didn't know about it.
Still a long journey, right?
Very long journey.
Very long journey. And so, that being said, what I want to ask you, what in your life were your aspirations? What did Toby really want to do with his life? What were your, your dreams? What were your dreams, Toby?
My dreams was...
and you still have these dreams, do you?
yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to be... and I kept... My Aunt Marge would ask me the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
A minister, or I'd say a pastor. But it was one consistent question, and I started building faith around it. But I also wanted to become a chef. And it makes sense because
Toby likes to eat.
I like to eat, and I like to be creative with my hands.
There it is.
And I worked in the landscaping field for a number of years. I
What's the
finally,
name of your company?
Toby's Helping Hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked for. I got a special job I worked 1 day a week for the people down below.
And in Palomino Lakes also?
No, this was on Woodhawk Lane in Cloverdale.
Oh, okay.
And I did not know what I was getting into. And I worked for James Arthur Jr. My friend, friends up. I didn't know. I can tell you that I didn't know what I was getting into because I thought I was just going to work a job.
Mm-hmm.
But these people helped shape my life in many ways.
They did.
In creativity, spiritually, physically.
How's that? How'd they do that?
Because they took, they asked me questions about my life.
And how'd that make you feel that someone was interested in you?
It made me feel very well.
Yeah.
And not only that, it helped inspire the work that I did. And I love landscaping because I get to be out there and be out there with the beauty of things and nature,
country,
and the job down the hill was a little more structured because the person I worked for was a rocket scientist for NASA, and he was engineer, and so the things that he did at his house, he was very meticulous about.
Did you say NASA?
NASA. Yeah.
NASA. Really?
He helped design this. He helped with the designing of the heat shields for the space shuttle, and he was in a group that did the designs, rocket designs for the Pioneer Space Station.
Wow.
And he shared with me a lot.
Well, that's something I didn't know about you.
It was a part of my life that I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of respect for this man because there was one thing that he was ultra structured and very meticulous and very, very, I want it done this way. He was the tough person that I needed in my life.
Oh, great.
Tough, but he was also the loving person.
Oh, great.
And his wife was the one who got me the job. Mm-hmm. And she told me that this will be a very big challenge for you because my husband's a perfectionist. Ultra perfectionist.
Right.
But they came.
You were up for the challenge though, right?
I was up for the challenge. These people came over when I was sick and brought me food and checked up on me, and they went above and beyond the call of duty.
Well, that's awesome. Those are real people, right there.
Well, the long story short, in my recovery, I've been challenged in a lot of ways, and I ended up in a low-income housing, and I'm almost more proud of quitting smoking. I got 11 years in November, and I had a relapse for 2 years, but since 1992, I've only had to be out there in the drug culture and alcohol culture and the wildlife 2 years, and today I can say, if someone was to ask me, my recovery's been on a road where it's helped me to be able to say this in closing, is that I am the happiest I've ever been in my life. And when you're happy...
That's wonderful, Toby.
Yeah, when you're happy, happy things happen. And you can face life on life's terms. And that's all I got to say about that.
Thank you so much, my buddy. Love you so much. And thank you for sharing with the world, because everybody's going to be seeing this out there. And thank you for taking the time to watch this if you made it that far. And please like and subscribe. And please leave a comment. Tell Toby you love him.
Yeah. And tell Toby you like his artwork too.
So
buy it.
we're going to sign out.
I'm just kidding.
We're going to sign out right now. And you guys have a great holiday. And we're looking out for you. We always are. Bye.
Well.